Swamiji, namaste. Why Maya? Oh. Now you have asked it. Why Maya? The question is, alright, suppose I understand Brahman, Satchidananda, existence, consciousness, bliss, fine. Then why this world? Why is this appearing? This world, why is it appearing before us? And the answer was Maya. Do you remember? Brahmeva hamidam jagatcha sakalam chinmatra vistaritam. I am Brahman. And this entire world is a projection by consciousness. How? Why? Avidyaya trigunaya. By avidya here means Maya. Maya made of three gunas. Ashesham maya kalpitam. Everything, the entirety of this has been projected or imagined by me through Maya. But then you might ask, why Maya? Basically you are asking, why did the one become the many? Why did Brahman appear as this universe? Somerset Maugham, after reading a little bit of Vedanta, he comments in one place, one feels Brahman could have let well enough alone. Just be Brahman. Why are you doing all this? We're getting into trouble because of that. Why? There are many answers. The dualistic answer would be, because of karma. We have past karma. Cause must give rise to effect. So karma must give rise to its results. To get the results of our past karma, good or bad, I need a body, I need a world, and I need this samsara where I'll get the results. So God makes this, projects all of this. So where did the past karma come from? From an earlier life. How did that happen? Because of earlier karma. How did the first karma start? There you have it. So the answer is, it's beginningless. And not satisfactory. Alright. Take the language of bhakti. Why did the one become the many? Why did God create the universe? The answer is given Leela, for the divine play. It's a poetic answer. But if you're a logical person, you say, Leela? See, there's a logical problem with it. A child might need to play. A professional footballer might need to play. Why does God need to play? Why is God bored? You can say God was bored and needed to play, fine. But that's a sort of very anthropomorphic kind of approach to God. Leela. And there is the problem of evil, suffering. It might be play to God, but it's a lot of suffering to us. So, for example, in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Kathamrita, somebody asked him this question, why is there so much suffering in the world? So one by one he's trying out all the answers, and the person who asked the question is rejecting the answers. So finally he says, it is the Leela of God. Leela means divine play. So we play, God has Leela. But basically it's play. It's the divine, the play of the divine. And the gentleman who asked was one Mr. Mukherjee in Calcutta. He said, it might be Leela for the Lord, but it's death to us. In Bengali, Tar Leela Ramra Mori. Pain, disease, death, suffering, poverty, all kinds of negativities. There's enormous suffering in this world. There's no doubt about it. It's all good is easy to say. No, it's not all good. It's an insult to the suffering masses to say that it's all good. So there is so much suffering in the world. It's death to us. What do you mean it's Leela? A little kid who is playing and smashes the headlights of your car with his ball, and he hits it and he catches the little guy. Why did you do that? It's Leela. It's my divine play. That won't cut ice with you. It won't have traction with you. So similarly, God, why Leela? Then Sri Ramakrishna gives his answer, the real answer. It's death to us, he said. Sri Ramakrishna said, and what are you? Who are you? If you investigate, you come up with this. I am Brahman. Then the problem is solved. How is it solved? If I bite my own tongue, whom do I blame? Whom can I complain against? Who is the source of the evil? No, it is not. Now you might say, push further than that. I'm coming to the question, why Maya? Advaita Vedanta says, the one has not become the many. It is still Brahman, but it appears in this way. You might push back further and say, why does it appear in this way? Alright, I understand. Brahman is Brahman. It's still Satchidananda. But why does it appear in this way? I can ask, why does it appear in this way? And the answer is Maya. Because of Maya, that's what Shankara said in the third verse. Because of Maya, Brahman appears in this way. Consciousness projects all of this. Now comes the question, why is there Maya at all? Why is there Maya at all? Why Maya? If you ask this question. You can, like a little boy, if you ask, it's got only one question, why? And at the end the parent has to say, because I say so, go to bed. No, I'm not saying that. There is actually an answer to this. Why Maya? Suppose you ask. You accept everything till this point that yes, there may be Brahman and Brahman is appearing in this way. Really nothing is wrong. It's like a movie, like a dream. Everything is perfect. We are existence, consciousness, bliss. Fine. But still, why is it appearing like this? Why Maya? Vivekananda, he says in one place, the question itself is wrong. But if you are that little boy, you can still ask, why is the question wrong? It seems obvious to Vivekananda, but it didn't seem obvious to me. So I asked the question, why is the question wrong? And I couldn't find the answer anywhere. It took me a long time to understand. When you look at it, yes, correct, Vivekananda is correct, the question is wrong. Let me explain why this question is wrong. If you understand this, you get a deeper understanding of Advaita Vedanta itself. Why can you not ask why Maya? Because, what is Maya? Maya is time-space causation. Desha Kala Nimitta in Shankara's terms. Here Shankara comes very close, or rather Kant comes very close to Shankara. Time-space causation. Now, why can you not ask why Maya? It's like you're asking, why causation? But what is causation? What do you want when you ask the question why? What are you asking? What answer will satisfy you? A cause. A cause. Aren't you asking for a cause when you say why? Why is the grass wet? Not here. It's not easily wet here. Why is the grass wet? You say because it rained. Because it rained. Why did it rain? Because there were clouds. Why are there clouds? Because the sun and evaporation and so on. Because. When you ask why, the answer which will satisfy you, it must be because, cause. You're asking for a cause. I've seen an effect and I'm asking for a cause. Alright? Now that you can do within causation, where cause and effect work, which is another way of saying within Maya. But when you ask, why Maya? You are asking basically why causation. You are asking for a cause of causation. That's an illegitimate question, because causation has not started yet. Only after causation can you find causes and effects. But for causation itself, you can't find a cause. It's like asking, time-space causation? What is outside space? Wrong question. Outside and inside make sense only when there is space. If you ask, what is before time? Wrong question. Before and after make sense only when time is there. Therefore, in the same way, if you ask, what is the cause of causation? Wrong question. Cause and effect make sense only when you accept causation. Only when you accept Maya, everything else you can ask why. But about Maya, you cannot ask why. Because why has not started yet. Literally, if you ask why about Maya, you are asking why? Causation means why. Right? Cause and effect. Did you see what I was trying to say? Swami Vivekananda says this question, why Maya, is wrong. So, don't worry, we have time. I'll take a little more time. Time is not going to come to an end. Not right now at least. I think it was one of the Swamis on the west coast, maybe Trigunatitanandaji or somebody after that, who said, I forget, but a very interesting quote. He said about this question, On this side of enlightenment, we have the question, no answer. On that side of enlightenment, the enlightened ones, they have the answer, but no question. Notice, Vivekananda, Ramakrishna, none of them asked this question. For them, it seems to be a vital question. Once you read a lot of Advaita, you seem to come to this question. Why am I? It seems to be, I've got the real question. Doesn't seem to be a question for them. Why not? They have the answer. There's no question there. We have the question, no real answer here. Somebody asked this question to Vivekananda. I think Manmatha, he was a disciple of Vivekananda. It's in the reminiscences of Vivekananda. He said, once Vivekananda was very pleased with this young man and he said, ask for anything, I'll give it to you. And, in India we have this Rishi, a sage, grants you a boon, so you can ask for whatever you want. So this person said, please explain Maya to me. And Vivekananda said, ask something else. Then the person persisted. This Manmatha Babu, he persisted. He said, getting a guru like you, if I cannot get the answer to this question, then I'll never get this answer in my life. With a guru like Vivekananda. So you have to, this is the question I'm asking. What is Brahman? Easy to explain. I can immediately start talking about Manisha Panchakam. What is Maya? That's a really tough one. Vivekananda started speaking. What he started speaking, the gentleman has not recorded. But maybe we can understand, because Vivekananda actually gave 3 talks on Maya. Maya lectures, 1 to 3 are there. I actually summed up those talks in one of my YouTube talks. There's a series of talks on Vivekananda's Jnana Yoga. One of those talks I gave was about Maya. But anyway, this gentleman says, as Vivekananda was speaking, the room started whirling around me. I think that's an effect it has when you talk about Maya. And then, and then Vivekananda disappeared. My body disappeared. The room disappeared into a white light. I could only hear Vivekananda's words. The voice was still there. And I burst out saying, oh, it is all Maya. Even you, your teaching and this Ramakrishna mission, the Vedanta societies you are starting, all of it is Maya. And Vivekananda, he said, as he said this disciple, he suddenly realized they had been speaking in Bengali. In Indian languages, you have 3 levels of you. So there is in Hindi or Bengali, aap or apni, which is like thou or addressed to a superior person, to maybe your parents or your teacher or somebody superior. And there is the equal, you. Tum, tumi. And there is the diminutive, which you like tui or tu in Hindi, which you use only to maybe a child or in a hierarchical system like to a servant or somebody. And this disciple realized that suddenly he had addressed his guru, whom he should use the respectful you, the thou. He had addressed him as the familiar you, tum, to me. The moment he realized that, this structure, hierarchy, difference, it comes into his mind, he snaps back into this room where Vivekananda is sitting, looking down at him, everything comes back into picture again. And Vivekananda is looking at him and smiling and saying, yes, you're right, that everything is Maya here. If you can, then realize your nature as Brahman and become absorbed in it. If you cannot, come and help me in this work. Vivekananda says, let all vision cease. That means you realize yourself as Brahman. Or if you cannot, dream but truer dreams, which are eternal love and service free. Truer dream, but still a dream. It's still within Maya. But what's the best form of Maya? If you must dream, then dream the best possible dream. Why dream a nightmare? What's the best possible dream? The best life possible in a Vedantic sense. Eternal love and service free. A relationship to everybody, irrespective. Friend, relative, so-called enemy or person you don't know. relation is of one of love. To everybody. Does not matter what they think of you, how they behave with you, no. And the second one is that love is expressed in service. What do you do in life? As long as the body is there, mind is there, service. Service free, without asking for anything in return. Nothing in return. You might say these are very high ideals, best ideals in life. The highest, finest ideals in life. But possible, difficult, but possible when you center yourself in the knowledge, I am Brahman. If you center yourself in the knowledge that I am Brahman, then everybody becomes your own. The relationship is one of love. And your love is expressed in service to everybody. Alright, why Maya? Where is thought located? Is thought non-dual or dual? Where is thought located? You might say in the mind. In the subtle body, Sukshma Sharira. You locate it yourself right now. Try it. This question itself shows that science or a materialistic interpretation is not enough. Forget consciousness, the Advaitic idea of consciousness. Very subtle. Just take something everybody is familiar with. Thought. And just think 2 plus 2 is 4, or a rose is red. Just think that. Where is that located? If you ask her, anything real in this world must be located somewhere in space and time. Where is that located? The scientists will say, why? Here. Point it out. They'll point to some neuronal activity. No, point out my thought. What are you talking about? Science, by definition, has to stop at the last activity of the neurons. True or not? Beyond that, the jump to your thought, rose is red. No scientist knows. Not only does not know, the hard problem of consciousness says you cannot know. That jump, that gap is unbridgeable. Because where matter stops, science stops there too. Under the current paradigm of science. You see, psychology is a science. Yes. But the connection between psychology and brain science is not known at all. True or not? There are so many people who are qualified doctors and scientists here. Up to the brain, from the brain downwards, brain, physical body, chemistry, physics, down to even mathematical physics, most fundamental. All of it is connected as a clear structure. You can explain the brain in terms of physiological processes. You can explain physiology in terms of chemistry. You can explain chemistry in terms of physics. And mathematical physics, you can explain a lot of physics itself. But there, from the brain to the thought. So many scientists are there who would rather that there no thought at all. If everything stops at brain, fine. This thought and consciousness and this is messy. Because we can't fit it into the picture. Physically, you really cannot look at it. We'd say operationally, a thought will be located in the brain somewhere. But only the neuronal activity is located in the brain. Is thought non-dual? No, not non-dual. Because one thought is different from another. Consciousness is non-dual. How is thought different from one another? You think of ice cream, that's a thought. It's a thought about ice cream. You think of a cookie, it's a thought about cookie. The two thoughts are different because their contents are different. The two thoughts are different because one starts and stops, the other begins and then stops. They are differentiated in time, they're differentiated in content.